Hey Suburban Sidekicks, welcome back. This week's question, well, I'm being a bit sneaky. JM sent me a note saying that they wanted to ask me about their hoarding. They didn't sort of indicate where or what about the hoarding, like what the cause was or how to cure it or anything. No other information. And then they sent another note saying they changed their mind. They didn't want to ask the question after all. And that's okay. Sometimes we don't want to know the answer right now. Something in us obviously does, but there's another part of us that's not quite ready. And that's okay. It's okay to back away. But we're going to do a little bit of a sneaky here, so we're going to answer it anyway, because I do think it's a great question. And especially because she specified, or she or he, I'm assuming it's a lady, but I don't know. They didn't sort of say collecting. Some people have lots and lots of stuff, and it's a collection. It's not hoarding. So hoarding is a negative thing. Hoarding has shame and embarrassment associated with it. When you think about collections, my mind goes straight to Lisa Congdon, who did about 5 years ago, about 2010, did a blog called A Collection a Day, and each day as a creative project she decided to photograph some of the stuff that she collected. But she was proud of the things she had. She loved the things she had. They were collections, not hoarding. So hoarding's different. I like that JM has made the distinction, that they realize that what they're doing has a detrimental effect on their life. Collecting things is something you're passionate about. It's something you love and believe in. It's something you're willing to share with other people. I also think about Billy Connolly, one of his TV programs. He was taking a trip across America. I think he was traveling down Route 66 or something. Anyway, he got told about and met this guy who had an amazing collection of guitars and other musical instruments. Like, we're talking warehouse type volumes of stuff. No one calls him a hoarder. He doesn't call himself a hoarder. He's a collector. He loves his stuff. It's displayed. It's something that he looks at and brings him joy. Hoarding is different. Hoarding is a whole bunch of stuff you can't let go of, and looking at it does not bring you joy. It does not bring you peace. So let's see what the Oracle has. Shh, we're not going to tell JM. But let's see what the Oracle has in general for hoarding, because I think it's a useful question. I know there were TV shows, like I think Oprah did a series of people's houses where her team went to their homes. They emptied everything out onto the front lawn. Some of the stuff in these homes filled football fields. So JM is not the only person in the world with a hoarding problem. So I think this question is useful to answer and to give information to other people. So we're going to do a little bit of a sneaky one. I'm not going to tell JM, and if JM sees this, fine. They can see the heading on the slide and go, oh, don't want to know the answer right now. They might come back to me and say, you know what, I'm ready. And in that case, I'll say, okay, watch the video I did on hoarding. But I'll also provide them specific information to get beneath the surface for them specifically. So today we're going to do like a general one on hoarding. What the fuck? Okay? So looking on the desk here, we're not going to go to anything on the desk. Okay, I've got books on the body systems by Annette Noontal, Louise Hay, Cindy Dale, Mona Lisa Schulz. Not doing the body stuff. The crystals, I've got over 70 beautiful crystals in a gorgeous tray I got in Tasmania. Okay, no, I am now being drawn. The little teeny weeny one. I don't know if you can even see this. I might have to hold it against my hand as a backdrop. Bismuth. Alright, we'll see what bismuth has got. I'm going to quickly make a note of that. Bismuth. Because I'll blog post this afterwards. And so I'll put all the information that comes out of this reading in the blog post, any books I pick, they'll be linked so that if you like the look of the book or you want more information, you can click on that. And any quotes or anything like that will be in the blog post afterwards. And the other thing I've got on the desk, which I'm not being drawn to, is the oracle I've got on Pinterest called This Is an Oracle. That's a Pinterest board, but not going there. There's about 46 oracles on that, and that can be useful from time to time to use. So nothing else on the table. Just looking here, and all right, I'm being drawn to Esther and Jerry Hicks's book, Ask and It Is Given. Right, so we'll see what that's got. Ask, make a quick note of that, Jerry, Esther. And thirdly, finally, I had a little bit of a tweak there. I'll see if I come back to it. All right, I am. I got a tweak for this one. It was kind of faint, so I wasn't sure, but we're going to go with it. Archetypes by Carolyn Mace. Who are you? All right. So our first little, very little piece. Oops, some of it's coming off already. I don't know if you can see it. Bismuth. It's a metal. It's beautiful. To me, when I saw this, it's like a little tiny city. It is metal. It melts, and then as it dries, it forms these little steps and ridges. They're almost like little step pyramids or something. It's absolutely fascinating. And then there's like a rainbow sheen on the surface. I was so intrigued by it. I had to get onto YouTube and find out what the hell it was and how it was made. I thought people were pouring it into molds or shaping it or something, but it actually dries naturally this way. So I'm going to dive into the Crystal Bible and see if I've got something in here for it. May not be in here because it is a metal, but hopefully, oh good. Okay, it's not in Judy Hall's book, The Crystal Bible, but I've got the little piece of paper that I was given when I purchased it. And my little particular one is from Germany. It was made in Germany. And bismuth, is all about reconnection. It says it relieves emotional and spiritual isolation, helps the institutionalized ease back into the community, provides stability in times of change so people stay calm and organized. Oh, wow. How good is this for a hoarder? Stay calm and organized. Great for those who lead groups, especially to help others overcome it can't be done, no chance. Helps you transform your life. Said to ease fevers, help muscle degenerative illnesses and faster recovery from surgery. And I thought I'd written a note on the back, but it doesn't relate to it. Wow. The two things that I think are jumping out here for me, relieves emotional and spiritual isolation, therefore helping you ease back into the community, and of course, stay calm and organized. What comes to mind for me with the hoarding is it isolates you from other people. A collection is something you're proud of. It's something you're proud to share with others. You're happy to have them to your home. Look at my 75 teaspoons. Nobody does teaspoons anymore. That's how old I am. But once upon a time, people collected teaspoons. And they had these little medallion things on them from, holiday parks, the Grand Canyon and Ayers Rock and Taronga Zoo in Sydney and all sorts of things. But hoarding, it's a shameful thing. You know that it's something to be hidden. Therefore, it isolates you. You don't want to bring people home to your house when it's a frickin' mess that they can barely move in. So hoarding definitely isolates you. And this whole idea of staying calm and organized is very, very relevant, I think. So that's a great first oracle. I really like what that had to say. And I'm going to make a quick note here. The two things, isolation and being organized. And the next one, ask and it is given. Learning to Manifest Your Desires, Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teaching of Abrahams. So for those of you that know, or don't know I should say, Esther channels Abraham-Hicks. So she's a channeler, and the information that's come through has been fantastic. She has an enormous following. Our dear Jerry has recently passed away, and is now with Esther, obviously, in spirit. So sad about that. But their work is profound, and it's helped so many people create amazing shifts in their life. So let's get into this and see what we've got for JM. Oh, okay. 97. My eye was straight to the top. Only you can know how you feel about you. And that's where... All right, I'll see if I'm drawn to anything else on the page in a minute. But, you know, with hoarding, it's a secret. And only you know how you feel about you, because only you know about the hoarding, because you don't want to bring anybody home and show it to them. So it's an outward manifestation of something you feel about you. And even though it's an outward manifestation, it's still a secret. Only you know it, because you can't bring anybody else home and show them the mess that you live in. Let's see what else. Okay, maybe we'll just go to the middle of the page. I'm just seeing my eye be drawn there. We'll see what it has to say. Since you do not live in the seminar city, you realize that you will need room accommodations and some sort of transportation. So taking into consideration your specific desires and needs, you make several plans. You decide to travel by air because of the time factor. You choose a hotel a few blocks away because you're a member of their rewards program, and you also prefer the sort of mattress that they offer. Once you arrive at your seminar city, you rent a car from your favorite many car rental agencies. And on your way to the hotel, you stop at a restaurant that perfectly satisfies your cravings and that fits perfectly in your price range. You have taken very good care of yourself. In fact, you have arranged a perfectly wonderful time. I like this, because it's sort of saying, you know, you took the decisions, you made all of the plans, everything went seamlessly. They go on to say, but what if Abraham-Hicks Publications had decided that they, from their vast experience in offering seminars, were in a better position to make plans for you? So based on what they have heard from the thousands who have attended their seminars, they have decided that they will make your arrangements. That's interesting. Sometimes other people do think they know what's best for us. And yet, as it said at the beginning, only you can know what you feel about you. So regardless of what other people say is right or wrong, and we're not talking about the hoarding here, you do understand that. We're talking about whatever's in you triggering the need to hoard things. That beneath the surface of the hoarding, there's something that only you know what's good enough for you, what's right for you, not other people. And I feel that the hoarding is a barrier. It's that buffer. It's insulating and isolating you and protecting you, because I feel like if we take this oracle in some way, you know what's best for you in some regard, but you're getting pressure from the outside world about what's going to be best for you. And not knowing how to deal with that, you've isolated yourself. You've created your little cave, your cocoon of junk as your little hidey hole. And I feel that this is the time to get organized. If we go back to our first oracle, get organized, reconnect emotionally, get back into community, knowing what is right for you. Not worrying about what other people think you should do or could do, knowing what is right for you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I could do with that advice from time to time. Our last one, archetypes. Carolyn Mace. Love her work. She's pretty direct. She's pretty in your face. She can seem a bit harsh sometimes, but I like the harsh directness. I like her cutting through the BS and giving it to you straight, because sometimes we need to be shocked out of the spell that we're under, and she's really great at doing that. And she's just got the most incredible intuition. She does a lot of work with Norm Shealy, so all of that medical intuition stuff is absolutely spot on, and I just have the most enormous amount of respect and admiration for her and her work. So let's see, I'm going to make a note of archetypes. Archetypes, Mace. We're going to see what she has for JM. And I've gone to page 97. Oh, haha. Page 97 again. How weird. That's really weird. I wonder if the number means something to JM. Maybe. We'll never know. Okay, gone to 97. Oh. And the archetype is the caregiver. All right. Let's have a look at this. Behavior patterns and characteristics of the caregiver. You are naturally compassionate and concerned with the well-being of others, and you feel compelled to act on those feelings. Your greatest strength is nurturing others. You can't say no to a request for help. You're the one that friends and family turn to for emotional support. You are drawn to, or you already work in a caring field. You end up taking care of others, whether you want to or not. You were destined to be the family caregiver. Even in childhood, you looked after your siblings. You often give more than you receive. You find it impossible to walk away from someone under your care, even in your most frustrating moments. You often sense what others need, even before they ask. You naturally bring out the best in others. People tell you what a good listener you are. You see helping others as your calling. You put their needs before your own, and you serve as a model of compassion and generosity at work in the world. Now, that's just a list. Not all of those qualities apply to every caregiver. You might be, 1, 5, and 7, for example. The overarching information here, so some of these qualities are beautiful qualities that in a world that can seem uncaring, don't we all need caregivers, and don't we all need to be caregivers sometimes and draw out the caregiver in ourselves? But what I really got from this with relation to the hoarding question is it's all give, give, give from you to others. Where's your emotional support? Where are people caring for you? Where are the people understanding you and providing what you need? I feel with the hoarding question, you're not getting it in return. It's not reciprocated. It's all one way. And that imbalance has driven you to isolation, to isolate yourself, to cocoon yourself, to bury yourself. Because often what we've seen with hoarding, and my mind goes back to one of those Oprah shows, they could barely squeeze between the stuff in their house. Things were stacked high and toppling over. You're burying yourself. Please believe that's not necessary. You have the strength and the resilience to be solid in the face of other people's thoughts, other people's beliefs, other people's needs. You know what's best for you. You know what's right for you. And from there, you can help others. It's been done to death, but I have to repeat it. Put the mask on your own face, and then you can help others around you. That great airline reference. And it's incredibly true. If you're gasping for air, you're no good to anybody. You're no good to yourself, and you're no good to anybody else. I love these answers. Every week I say that. I'm like a broken record, but it's true. I really like what's come out here around taking care of you as a caregiver and knowing what's right for you, and ending the isolation gently and carefully, and honoring yourself. If JM ever hears this, I hope you like the answers regardless. If you're watching this right now because you were drawn to the title and you have a little tiny hoarding problem, I really hope that these answers have supported you and that you can then take action on getting organized and reconnecting with the community and feeling safe emotionally to do so, safe and secure and strong in who you are. And remember that the questions you ask have the power to move you forward or to keep you stuck. So JM hadn't really formulated a question, and in that way it was kind of useful. It left things open. In a session with JM, I'd have gotten deeper. We'd have gotten far more specific, and we'd have used questioning in a very empowering way to get answers that were focused and actionable, because what we want to do is activate our awareness. Oh my gosh, I had no idea, blah, 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 blah. We want to activate, and we want to expand our consciousness. We want to expand what we know and understand so that we can manage ourselves and our experience in this life better. So, my little suburban sidekicks, what's your question?